Now, government has mounted a strong defense of its Agenda 111 hospital project aimed at improving healthcare infrastructure and ultimately healthcare delivery at all levels across the country. The project, scheduled to be completed in 18 months, is expected to deliver to each district a world-class health facility capable of attending to all major ailments. But the opposition NDC and their MPs in Parliament have already raised concerns and questioned government's ability to carry through the project. The former president, John Dramani Mahama, on his thank you tour yesterday, said government only introduced Agenda 111 after it realized it had nothing to show in the area of infrastructure, especially in the healthcare sector.
We're criticized by our successors, as overborrowing. But like you were saying, a lot of what we borrowed for was tangible for people to be able to see. From 120 billion cedis total public debt, today we're almost hitting 400 billion, 370 something billion public debt, and what most Ghanaians ask is, what have we done with this money? It looks like most of it has gone into consumption rather than into providing the kind of infrastructure, that we need. It's only as an afterthought that suddenly they realize that, we must be doing some infrastructure. So Agenda 111 has been conjured. There's no transparency how the money is going to be, procured and all that. Is it going to be more borrowing, when we already have, such a high level of debts, hanging around the country's neck, for example. But there are also hospitals that we were building. Boga Central Hospital, we did the first phase, and there was a little left. We were supposed to get equipment from Saudi Arabia to finish equipping it so that we could utilize the first phase. And we had also programmed the second phase. That has come to a standstill over the last 5 years. There are hospitals in other regions that we were putting up that also have come to a standstill. In many places, the wind has blown up the roofs of the buildings. Fire has burned some of the buildings. It's sad to see something like that because, as I said during the campaign, it's not my money. The money didn't come from John Mahama's pocket. It's our money as a country. And so when it goes to waste like that, I think that it's not something that is it's reasonable.
But today, the Presidential Advice on Health, Dr. Anthony Siasari, has responded, rejecting the description of the project as an afterthought. In fact, he says the Akufo-Addo government is visionary and has the will to implement the project for the growth of the country.
And I'll explain why some people are saying, why don't you finish the other hospitals before you start doing hospitals in the other places? If you are in one of the districts, I'm sure you will be annoyed. You will not say that. And secondly, Mr. Nkansa has gone through to tell us that every hospital project that you have has a source of funding. If it's Eurojet funding, if it is VAMED funding, if it's NMSI funding, you don't go and use Eurojet funds to go and do NMSI funding, because they are external funding. And this, what we are going to do, government is going to fund it. And I'm sure somebody will ask, where are you going to get the money from? But where there's a will, then there's a way. So if you don't have the will, you won't have the way. But if you have a government which has a will, which has a vision, and the vision, I believe that when you're having a vision, you don't have small visions. Small visions are no vision. And it's in the good book, the Bible, that if you don't have vision, it means you are lost. So this government has vision. And if you look at it, the government has a vision towards human capital development. One, digitization, to make sure that we have smart economy in this country. The second one is to have educated people in this country, the free SHS. And to me, the third one, which I'm very happy about, is to have healthy people who will do all the work in the country to create wealth.